My name is Jordan Sullivan. I'm 28 years old, born and raised here in Calgary. I grew up in Cochrane until then when I was about 18, I moved to the city. And I went to state for a certificate of achievement in graphic design. So before I came to Calgary counseling, I was in a spot where I have had to go through counseling before when I was 18. So based on what I know now, I understand that whatever I was going through happened earlier in my teenage years. And then as I came through adolescence and those teen years, they were really, really tough and things didn't get better as an adult. I ended up getting lower and lower and lower. And when I say lower and lower, it was like more regards to depression, even though nobody had told me that you have depression. It was just one of those things that I knew that something was wrong. I'd wake up in the morning, foggy brain. Everything seemed like a challenge to do. Get out of bed, brush your teeth. And I knew that something was just not right. And you'd just be kind of being somewhere and you'd just feel like crying, or a moment would happen in a movie and you would just kind of relate to it a little bit more personally, but you would break down in tears. So I knew that there was kind of something going on at that time that wasn't kind of there, and it was scary. It was really scary. I didn't know what to do. Thoughts of ending and taking your own life come in because you do feel lost. You don't know where to go. And then also you find something maybe like drinking, and after you're 18, and those moments when you're drinking and with all your friends seem to make you happy. So you get caught up in a cycle where you start drinking to make you happy, and then that gets dangerous. Other thoughts just would be, I'm not cut out for this. I'm not cut out for this task. I'm not cut out to do this. I wish that I could be this person. I wish I could be that person. I wish that I was a better person, I wish that I could stop drinking. I wish that, maybe I think that I'm an alcoholic, all that, like there's a million thoughts that kind of run through your head, and it gets you into a deep and darker place, and it's really hard to pull yourself away from those negative thoughts. I've been through a lot of jobs. I mainly was a waiter for quite a few years and still am in the Calgary community here downtown, but I've been through a ton of jobs, and it usually lasted only about maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month at these different jobs. And I'd honestly wake up in the morning and feel like I couldn't go. Like if I walked out the door, I would throw up, or just that I wasn't cut out for it, or somebody would make a comment at that new job about the new guy, and that would make me really self-conscious and really, really anxious. And it was a bit of a struggle for quite a long time to be able to understand what was happening there from the morning time process, where even I'd get up in the morning, make breakfast, and be really excited to start the new job, and then to go to grab the keys off the counter to go out of the house, and then it would just hit me like a brick wall. And I would just stop and freeze, and it was like, do I want to go to work today? Why am I going to work today? I don't like this job. I don't like myself. And it would just start going downhill in the matter of 5 minutes. You kind of find yourself in a position, and then it's a message sent off to the boss, and it goes, hey, sorry, I can't come in today. And then the rest of the day feeling like you gave up on yourself and you gave up on other people, and people were trying to expect something out of you today. And so it's a little bit difficult that way. Yeah. When the thoughts of suicide come in, and they're quite frequently, that was kind of a sign as to how I should get help. It was one of those things where I did have to Google signs of depression, and you kind of start looking for those signs of depression in your everyday life. But that's a major one where if you are thinking of ending your own life, it is time to talk to somebody, because you're not alone, and you just don't have the tools yet to be able to kind of get where you need to get. And so I knew that I needed to talk to someone, and I didn't want to just book a doctor's appointment with my general practitioner and be put on a prescription drug, because I knew that was just a help, and it was just like a helpful crutch to be able to get by in life, but it wasn't the answer to where I needed to be in 5 years, where I needed to be in a month or a week from now. I needed to talk to somebody who could give me the confidence within myself and sit there an hour and really work through my emotional issues with me. The Calgary Counselling Centre was extremely helpful. From the first time appointment that I came in with someone, I did have a meeting with a counselor that I wasn't quite comfortable with, and I know that just sometimes you just don't jive, and so it was a really nice, easy transition to kind of just say something after that and just be like, hey, it's not really that we didn't really fit very well. I didn't like the style. maybe give it another go. If it didn't go the second time, then I think I tried one more time after that, and then I ended up switching counselors, which was really kind of nice as a starting basis, because sometimes you're just not comfortable sharing your feelings with that person for whatever reason it may be. But once I found the right counselor to talk to, it was very easy to talk to, and working through the issues and having those daily tasks of how you can improve on your life, and just the overall having somebody that you know at the Calgary Counselling Center that's there for you to be able to talk to you and work through you and realize you're not alone anymore is a weight lifted off your chest. That first counseling session when you come in and you're nervous and shaking in the waiting room and you're like, it's not too late to run for the door. It's really not too late. Like, we can just cancel this appointment. It's okay. And then you go through that and you sit there. And I think I spent over an hour and a half my first session, when the appointment's usually only 45 minutes to an hour, but they stayed with me and I just let it out, and I felt safe in a room full with the four walls and that other person. I finally felt safe and okay for what seemed like years that I hadn't been. So I started off with a counselor working on things like fears. There was things to work on every single day to write off a fear. So any thought that came into my head, what it was, and write it down, and why I thought of that thought, and to draw almost kind of like a mind map around it as to why I was leading to that thought. Brainstorming a lot of, try to really look at yourself and understand maybe a choice that I've made in my life that may have led there, or maybe something that has happened to you, an event that has happened to you in your family or friends that have made you feel this way about a certain event, that might kind of try to take you out of that headspace of where it's all you, and try to kind of put a spotlight on you, or a camera rather, on the outside of you, and have you look at yourself. Maybe it was just the way that I felt about the situation, but not how it actually was. I hope that the subject of men's mental health is becoming more normalized. It's definitely been something I think that's been underground for a long time, that I think not men themselves or even anybody really realized what was going on with guys. We're supposed to be strong. We're supposed to be tough. We're supposed to be into sports and to have tons of friendships and to be the stabilizers of relationships. And it's that those preconceived ideas of who a man's supposed to be, and if you have a problem, fix it on your own, and if you feel an emotion, you need to deal with it on your own time, and you need to suck it up. It's okay. That's not how things work anymore. It's not okay, and there just leads you darker down a hole. And yeah, so I really hope that it's becoming more normalized, because I think that a lot of men can really start balancing it out and kind of stop fitting into a mold of being who they want to be, or supposed to be as a man. You should want to be in the mold of who you want to be. And I think that once men start to kind of do that, then I think that a lot of things in their relationships will change with everybody and with themselves, and they'll be a lot more happier, and you'll do better at work. Your relationships will succeed. Might be able to handle alcohol a little bit more better, that kind of stuff, which is part of the challenge sometimes. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I really, that's my initiative, is to be able to help other guys now and really kind of normalize it. Yeah. Sometimes I've had friends go, I don't know if I should be talking to somebody or not, but this is what's going on. And then my answer always is, well, it never hurts to talk to somebody, right? So especially through any Calgary counseling societies, or especially the Calgary Counselling Center here, it's never a problem to just come in and talk to somebody, even if you come in for one session and that's all you needed to have, but just needed to talk to that one person. That's exactly what you needed. And that's kind of what I try to get my guy friends to kind of go if they're going that way. Yeah. I think that through the process, I realized unexpectedly that it was me that had to make the choice to be able to do a lot of things that were beneficial for my own mental health. I didn't have to do the things that my friends wanted me to do, that my family wanted me to do. I had to make myself happy, and how I make myself happy, as long as I wasn't hurting anybody or myself. So that was a really cool realization of letting go those other preconceived ideas that everybody has about me. And once that was gone, that was another weight that was lifted off. And I think probably the final weight really that was lifted off was when I had really kind of come to that conclusion on my own, was that I can make my own decisions. And as long as I'm happy with that decision and it makes me happy, it was a good decision. So yeah, and that was really cool to kind of come to counseling. Yeah.